Hi, welcome to Fitness Chicks. I'm Tulsi and I'm pleased to welcome you for our favourite bodyweight session, which is all of our mixture of great exercises that we've done over the last couple of weeks in our live sessions. So all you need is a mat, come grab it and let's get started for your session today. Standing position first. We're going to take our feet hip distance apart and take our hands just alongside our body and then spread them out. So it's almost like you're reaching for the floor. Take a deep breath in, just drop your head to the one side and then pull that belly button in, tuck the tailbone in so you're thinking tall from the top of the head and you're spreading those wings out towards the floor. Take a deep breath in, look down towards the floor, graze that chin towards the collarbone, and then opposite side neck stretch. Now, if you're feeling tingling in your fingers, completely normal. If you're not, I want you to widen up a little bit more and stretch to the ends of the mat, if you've got a mat. If you haven't, then we're just reaching for the floor. Drive that collarbone, chin down to collarbone, and then go to the opposite side. Just one more on each side. Dropping the shoulders down and back. Take your chin all the way down and all the way back over. Beautiful. Now we're going to take those hands just as wide either side of the room and we're just going to circle those hands. So taking those fingertips, reaching them away, and circle. So the good thing about this one, we're getting our shoulder blades engaged. Not only that, because of the way we're standing, our posture is nice and elevated. Belly button should be tucked in. Taking a deep breath in. All we're going to do is take our T and then pop it to the other side and we're going to reach up, come back to center. Let's open up into our obliques, come back to center. I want you to just step your hands up a little bit wider and then reach to the opposite side. Try and keep your legs straight, your body straight. We're not collapsing. I'm trying to get you to reach to the opposite side. Deep breath in. Go again. So we're reaching for the calf, we're reaching for the ceiling. Belly button pulled in, opposite side. Come all the way back up again. Widen those feet a little bit more. Now, for those who know me, know that we definitely don't do the same sequence of warm-ups each and every time. Why? Because it's nice to have some structure and routine, but it's also compulsory that our warm-up is structured around what we're doing in our main session. Now, I'm already warm here, so I hope you guys are feeling this. In that waistline, in those arms, opening up the chest. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more into your hamstrings. For those of you who can, go a little bit wider. This is the widest that we're going to go this time. Taking that hand straight down, arm up. That top arm is going to reach right over. So we're trying to create a nice straight line from our right heel to our right hand. Come back up. Deep breath in. So we're not collapsing here. We are reaching up with our top hand. And if you can, now go to the opposite side. You should feel a really good stretch around the oblique. Take a deep breath in. Anybody who wants to work on the waistline, on the love handles, this is a really good stretch and really tackling the QL, your obliques. Last one. Reach, 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 reach. Okay, this time we're going to take it all the way down to the floor into a low lunge. Taking a deep breath here, we're going to drop our back foot and then lift our hands straight up towards the sky. Again, we're having a little bit more of a stretch here. Take it all the way out, graze that hand to the floor. Inhale, lift, reach back, take it down to the floor. 3 more here, lift. So as you noticed, as I round forward, I want to come as close as I can to the floor, dropping my hips. As I stretch up, you should feel a little bit of tension around the glutes as your hip stretches. Last one, inhale, lift, and then exhale. So we're moving into a low lunge position. Taking a deep breath in here, taking those feet straight back into all fours, and my favorite, forward and back, warming up those wrists. And this is a really nice one for anyone who's got any back issues. You are pulling in that belly button, tucking everything in, straightening up, providing your back to be in a neutral stance. And not only that, we are also warming up our wrists. So pause here, we're going to circle one way. Big circle, see if you can go over those fingertips, back into the heels, making sure your belly button is still pulled in throughout as you pause and circle the opposite direction. Now I always think that because of this position alone, it's opening up that lumbar area, which tends to get quite tight. And we are always going to focus on our core on this stance anyway. So taking those feet directly underneath your hips, take that opposite foot forward this time, okay? So going into that low level lunge, we're going to reach up with our opposite hand, stretch the other side, excuse my back, take it all the way down, dropping the hip. Now your range of movement depends on you. So if you fancy staying up here, if you're feeling a little bit tight, it's okay. Like, go to your range of movement, go to what suits you, and then you will eventually get used to this the more and more times you do it. Remember, this will be on YouTube, so you can just keep pressing play, see yourself improve, and go through that. Beautiful. Okay. Last one on this one, just to make sure we're warmed up completely, is we're still going to go into the oblique stretch, crunch type of thing. So knees are directly underneath your hips. I want you to take your feet together. So if I were in this stance, you can see my knees are away, but my feet are together. Now the whole point of this one is it pushes my hips forward, and I'm tucking my tailbone in. Okay, so feet are directly underneath you. Knees are directly underneath you, feet are pushed backwards. Take a deep breath in, hands straight up towards the sky. Take that left hand onto your left hip, and I want you to stretch to the opposite side of the room and keep that chest inflated. Come back into the position, right arm, right hip, lift up with that left hand, stretch, stretch. Now for those of you who are happy here, stay here, we're just going to swap sides. Lift up. For those who want a little bit more, you're going to take that left hand down towards the floor as you reach down and stretch and reach up. Come back into a T for me. Drop that hand down towards the floor. Stretch the opposite side. 2 more on each side. Inhale and lift. And then reach down to the floor. So we're just providing that contrast, pushing our hips forward, engaging our glutes ever so slightly. But more so, we're really working into the abdominals, opening up our back, making sure our core is nice and strong. And then obviously all our hips are nice and open. So the first round we are going to do, that was our warm up. Our first round, we are going to go through a series of core exercises, and we're gonna end, I'm so sorry, with a nice little conditioning surprise. So we're going to keep with our routine, grab a quick drink if you need one. We're going to go straight into our core sequence. We're then going to go into our lower body sequence and then a conditioning. But for this first series, I'm so sorry, we are going to start on our backs. So this is a nice one, right? I'm being nice at the beginning. Taking yourselves onto the floor. Now, for those of you who've got any neck or back issues, I want you to, well, everybody needs to keep their lower back into the floor. For those of you who are happy to do it, you're going to lift your head and neck and shoulders off the floor, and we're going to extend the feet, extend the arms. This is our lakna, okay? Your modification will be taking your head down. You can just take the arms and legs away. An alternative is your dead bugs. So you could do same arm, same leg, come back in, same arm, same leg. Okay? So I'm going to do the modification for our first round so people can get used to it, and then I'll do the moderate and advanced in the next one. So feet and knees are directly over your hips. For those of you who are doing the full version, remember you're taking your knees a little bit closer and you're coming into the crunch to reach for the heels. For those of you who are coming with me, head and neck down, you're going to do left arm, left leg, come back in, touch your knee. Right arm, right leg, come back in, touch your knee. Beautiful. This is a really good one as long as you keep your lower back pushed into the ground and you're really pulling in that belly button, making sure your abdominals are doing the work, your head is in neutral, your spine should be in neutral. And I just want you to focus on extending those limbs, pulling that belly button in. And if you can take that leg out a little bit further, fantastic. Just make sure you know your range of movement and you can feel when the abdominals are working. And as soon as they switch off, your back is going to take control. So I want you to keep the abdominals engaged. 2 more here. Oh, I could definitely feel this in my core. And the whole point of this one is really want to push your lower back into the ground, okay? Okay, last one. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Woo, felt that one. We're going to flip over. We're going to come straight onto our elbows. Our hips are down and we're just going to shift from side to side. So this is why we were warming up our obliques. If they're not already warm right now, oh my goodness, this exercise will definitely do it for you. Last 4. Take your time on this one. Keep those hips up. Do not drop your back. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that's over. Taking the elbow directly underneath your shoulder. Elevate that chest. Hands straight up. Remember, I'm doing the modification today. Legs up. Bend into the knees. Touch your ankles. Come back open. Come in for 6. That was 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Before we go to the opposite side, we're going to go for some mountain climbers. Back into your plank position. And off you go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Swap sides. Elbow underneath. Top arm raises. Deep breath in and elbow or hand to ankle, knees bent. And if you wanted to, you could also do it to knee to elbow. So you're still doing that crunch. Yeah. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Last thing, we're going to come straight up. And this was requested by Louise. So we're going to thank Louise for this one. Feet directly underneath your hips, crossing over with that right leg. Bend that back knee, come straight back up. Bend that back knee, straight back up. So we want our knee directly over our ankle. We're scooting our hip back, keeping our chest elevated. Good, 4 more here. Louise, I don't know whether to thank you for this or curse you for this, because I'm definitely getting my breath up. My heart rate is spiked. Last one. Beautiful. Swap sides. Curtsy it out. Now, remember, the range of movement does depend on you. So if you're feeling still a little bit tight, this is our warm-up round. So it's always getting used to the first round of exercises, seeing how you feel. Last 4. Last 3. Awaken those glutes up. We're going to need them later. 2 and 1. That was round 1. Okay, let's get started. Onto our backs. And I will calculate how much time we get through this one so we can repeat it and hopefully shorten our time for the next one. For those of you who are used to this one, remember, same arm, same leg. You can drop your head down, lower back into the floor. I'm going to do the moderate version, so I'm going to come up and then tuck into my heels. So I'm not going down to the floor, and as you've noticed, for those of you who can see my legs, I'm not extending them fully. I'm just going to go into a 60-degree angle with my legs. It's almost like I'm holding the dish position and forming it back into an alakna. So remember your modification. If you're doing a dead bug, same arm, same leg. You can lower your head down to the floor. Most importantly, last 2 guys, you are pushing your lower back into the floor. Okay, beautiful. Come back in. We're going to go straight into our elbow plank, straight into our hip shifts. So lifting all the way up, tailbone tucks in before we go for 8 on each side. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Drop yourself down. Elbow down. Erecting that spine, lifting up that chest. For those who are coming with me, you are straightening up your legs. For those who are doing the modification, elbow to knee, or touch the ankle. Yeah, so 4 more here. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Beautiful. This time we're going to go straight into some mountain climbers. Tuck that tailbone in and push up nice and close to your hands. Last halfway. 2, 1. Beautiful. Scoot yourself back down. Take yourself over to the opposite side. Belly button pulled in, top arm lifts, and up you get. So we're really controlling the legs as they descend, and that is us making sure we're getting some eccentric action, muscle tension in and around the waist. Last 3, last 2, keep breathing, last 1, beautiful. And just for Louise today, taking those feet directly underneath you, kicking yourself back in, yeah? Now remember, you can take your hands wherever you like. I like to keep them in front of me so my chest is elevated. Really drive into the opposite glutes. We're really firing it up today. Good. 4 more. Now, if you had weight, grab the weight. You can do this with a weight. Just making sure it's midline, it's center of your mass. Last 1. And if not, you can always go for the next set. Or you can repeat this, but with weights, yeah? Good. Nice and tall. When you stand up, squeeze the glutes on the top. Good. 4 more. Last 3. Think tall for me. 2. Beautiful. 1. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that was better than the first round. So, quick thing, grab a quick drink. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. We have our last set on this one before we move on. But the good thing about this one now is if you did have any weight, I want you to grab it, because what we're going to do is for our curtsy lunges, you're going to keep the weight central and then you're going to kick back. Yeah? So that's a really good one for those of you who've done this sequence a little bit more times and press record. You can obviously add weight later on. All right, so back into our last set. Belly button pulled in, taking yourself back into the ground. Fingertips touch the heel, lift up if you're coming with me for your advanced. And we're gonna go for full extension this time. Belly button pulled in, lower back pushing into the ground. Keep breathing. Remember, we are not rushing these movements. We're trying to maintain technique and eking out every bit of benefit from this. Halfway. Squeeze the glutes as you extend, open up the hip. Keep looking straight forward. Remember, if it's hurting the back of the head, just drop your head, neck and shoulders down. Last 2. Good. 1 more. Beautiful. Take yourself over onto your elbows. Belly button pulled in. And 8. Last 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Dropping back down. Feet kick in front. Elbow directly underneath your shoulder. Elevate that chest, top arm lifts. And remember, you can do your modification for the knee to the elbow or bending those knees. Quality first, and then we can up it. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Dropping yourself down into mountain climbers for 8. Beautiful. Swapping sides before our last exercise. Top arm lifts for 8. Keep reaching, keep thinking. You're squeezing and crunching up those hips. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Coming straight back up for our last one. Remember, if you've got the weight, hold it central, kicking that leg back. Belly button is still pulling in throughout, keeping the integrity of your posture. 5 to go. Last 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Swap sides. Woo! You can tell you're getting tired, especially on this last one, where you really have to concentrate, focus, and maintain balance. So this is a really, really good one for your mind as well as your body. Last 3, 2, remember, slow on the descend, big drive up. 1 minute rest. Give yourself a bit of a breather, grab some water. Our lower body work. So this is for Chris. This next exercise is specifically requested by Boz, who wanted a few more things around the hips and the lower back. So remember, we're trying to protect our lower back by engaging the stomach, but the more we engage our glutes and our hamstrings, the better we're going to feel from it. So we're going to come straight down into the floor, hands directly underneath our shoulders. Taking a deep breath in, we're going to take our right leg and we're going to open it up to a fire hydrant. Now, just be careful for this one. I really want you to make sure you are not shifting to the left-hand side. It's so important to make sure you don't shift. And it doesn't matter about the height of the knee. Yeah, we just want to make sure we're engaging the glutes. We're pulling on our belly button, keeping our spine in neutral. Oh no, this is where the sweat starts dripping down my face. Okay, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. This time, we are going to drop our left elbow down, TP our right fingers up, toes pushed forward. Now, for those of you who've done this one with me before, you know what's coming. Ugh. This is our abductors, our glutes. Oh my goodness, if you're not shaking already, oh, this is painful. So not only is the heat making it a little bit harder, these sequence of events, if you ache tomorrow, it's not my fault. Okay. Last 6, last 5, 4, remember, if you want to make it harder, do not touch the floor. 3, 2, 1, TP, push yourself back into all fours, but this time keep that leg raised. So we're still working on that right side. Flex into the foot for me. We're going to go for rear kicks. Keep that leg elevated, small pulses up towards the ceiling. Remember, we are not arching our back. They are going to be minuscule pulses. Then you're going to fire into the glute that is opening up the hip flexor, but also the one that's keeping you stable. Yeah, so I am making sure I'm counting on this one. So we are halfway. And if you are shaking already, oh my goodness, fantastic. We are in the same boat. Okay, last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, come back in. Oh my goodness, my glutes. Taking yourself forward, hands directly underneath you. So for those of you who did the low bridge with me before, we're gonna come up, okay? So we are just gonna come into the low bridge, but we're gonna keep our hands where they are. we're just going to flick our heels, our toes, up towards the sky. So yeah, we are opening up our chest. Make sure you're pronouncing that chest towards the ceiling. You are driving the palms into the floor. Good, we've got 3 more here. Last 2, last 1. We are not done yet. For those of you who know me, we are now going over to the opposite side. So I'm going to take it over to my left side. I'm going to go straight into the left side fire hydrants. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry guys if you're doing this in the heat. Oh, the sweat is dripping down my eyes. So make sure you're not tilting too much. You're pulling in that belly button, opening up the hip. Boz, I don't know if I want to thank you for this exercise recommendation. Maybe in a couple of days. Oh my goodness, keep going. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that right elbow down. TP your left hand up. Extend that left foot. We're going to come up and touch the floor. Remember, if you want to make it harder, do not touch the ground. Oh my goodness, my glutes. Whew. This is definitely a killer, especially because we've just done fire hydrants. And maybe the curtsy lunges has warmed up our glutes for us. Good. Last 7, last 6. Keep squeezing. Try not to shift too much on your right side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push yourself back into that 4-point kneeling, but this time flexing that back leg and pulsing up the sky. Okay, keep breathing on this one. Keep trying to push both hips into the floor and pulling in that belly button, squeezing that left glute as well as right is working. Look, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking yourself over into that low bridge position, kicking that leg up. This is where we're going to feel a little bit more into the hamstrings. Belly button is still working. Sweat is still pouring. Oh my goodness. You know, when I think of exercises and I'm like, oh, this is good. This is nice. And I'm doing it for the first time, same as you guys. And then I'm doing it thinking, oh my goodness, who came up with this routine? And I've only got myself to blame. Okay, last 2. Oh my goodness, that was a little story just to distract you. And rest. Oh my goodness, I think we deserve like a minute rest on that one. Oh, this sweat in my eyes. I was trying to be professional and trying not to let it get to me, but oh my goodness. Grab a quick drink. Get that breath in, get the air into those lungs. If anybody who is struggling right now to catch their breath, deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale. Maybe the talking helps me breathe. I don't even know. But we are doing the whole thing again. And we've got 15 seconds on the clock. So we are done with our rest. Put that water down. Get back onto the mat with me. Right side first. We're going to kick into those fire hydrants. Now that we're nice and warm, hopefully, she says, these should feel a little bit easier. But I just want you to be conscious about not shifting into the left side. So try and maintain the integrity of the neutral spine. Remember, it's not about the height of the leg. I just want you to think about feeling the outside of the glutes. And if that's where you feel it, repeat it. So that repetition really hones into those muscles, protecting the lower back, engaging the core. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that left elbow down. TP that right hand up. Kick that right foot forward and lift. Good. Remember, the height depends on you. And if the legs are starting to ache like mine are, you might feel a range of movement just shorten. and shorten. And that's okay. We're all in it together, right? Last 7, last 6, 5, keep with me. 4, you've got this. 3, 2, 1. Did anybody feel those obliques at that point too? Back into those hands. Flex that right foot. Push that heel up towards the sky. Keep pulsing for me. Now we're trying to keep the knee away from midline, away from your hips really. And we're still trying to pulse up, so we're not bringing my knee down too much, too close to the floor. And I still want to keep that hip up. I want to keep the hip open. I want to push the heel up towards the sky. Imagine somebody's pushing down on you and I want you to push it away. Now, it's probably a bad analogy for any claustrophobics out there, but imagine the ceiling's coming down and you're trying to push it away. So that is what I want you to do. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way in. Take yourself over onto your bum. Belly button pulled in and squeeze the glutes as we stretch. Think of this as a bit more of a stretch for the hamstrings, opening up your chest. We are still working into the abdominals, opening up our shoulders, opening up our chest. Good, last 3, last 2, last 1. Flipping yourself over to the left side this time. So, elbows down, hands down. I forgot to mention, guys, for your fire hydrants, if you're feeling achy on the wrists, drop down to your elbows, yeah? Now you may feel the range of movement shorten, and it's really, really risky about shifting your hips too much to the right hand side. So unless you're desperate, go onto your elbows. And for those of you who want to, you can go onto your knuckles too, just to give you some variation for any people who've got wrist issues. And remember, we do mobility and warm-ups for our wrist as well, so they can be found online. Oh my goodness, last 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Take it down, elbow down, left hand TPs up, left leg extends and lift. So just be careful for this one. Yeah, we're working onto the glutes, but what I don't want you to do is shift too much onto the right side. Good. For those of you who are coming with me, we've got 10 to go. Squeeze into those obliques, squeeze into the glutes. Remember, if you're going at a hybrid level, we are not touching the floor. Last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Coming straight up, rear kicks, up you go. Keep breathing on this one. Neutralize that spine, neutralize those hips, and really kick that knee as well as the heel up towards the sky. Now, if you're feeling the range of movement is shortening, that's okay. I know your muscles will be on fire right now. We've done a lot with the glutes in succession. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Smile for me. 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Take it all the way down. Last one on this one. Hike those hips up off the floor and kick. Now remember, try and straighten up your leg, but if it means you're just kicking up to 60, well, that's okay too. You are still giving that leg a little bit of a stretch. But remember, the kick up, you're really feeling the flexion in the abdominals. Last 4, last 3, keep that chest up, 2, 1, beautiful, rest. Oh my goodness. Breathe, 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 breathe. I hope you found that last one was a lot more easier. So, quick wipe down. We've got 50 seconds on the clock. We are going to do the whole sequence again before we move on to our conditioning. Now, I think we have gone a little bit over in terms of our timing. I probably just packed too many exercises in. which is fine. But my favorite one, so we've done at least one exercise for everybody, which was their favorite. And my favorite one will be the core conditioning right at the end. So after this set, we're going to do 5 rounds on like 1 minute on, 1 minute rest, because we've done these exercises sequences before, we've just not done it for that intensity. So if you can stick with me for that round, that would be amazing. So we are going to go on for our last set this time, hands down, right leg, glutes, we're opening up, belly button is pulling in. Now you guys, this is the 3rd round and we should be pros. I'm relying on you to sense what your body is telling you. See if you can push it that little bit more for our last sequence. We are eking out all the benefits of this exercise, making our glutes work, firing them up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Drop that left hand down, right arm TPs, right toes lift and lower. Keep breathing. See if you can really hike that hip up a little bit more without compromising the integrity of the spine. Working both glutes. One is stabilizing, one is flexing. Good. Last 10 here. 9. So remember, we're slowing it down as we lower, but pulse up with intensity. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ouchie! Hands down, foot lifts, big flex up towards the sky. Oh my goodness, I could definitely feel this now. Your hamstrings are activated on this one as well. Not only are we trying to neutralize our spine, our glutes are firing on both sides. One is stabilizing, one is flexing. Good, last 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way down, over onto that low bridge position. Pushing the ground away with the hands, lifting that chest up as you alternate and flick those toes up towards the sky. Keep breathing here. So remember your angles, remember your range of movement. The most important thing I'd like for you to do is pull that belly button in and pronounce that chest. So you don't have to come up very high from the floor. You don't even need to kick very high either. So belly button is pulling in. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Beautiful. Take it down, left hand side. Hands down. Leg lifts and open. So I know that sometimes you would want to look at the screen and see what I'm doing, but the most important thing is I want you to keep your spine in neutral. See if you can look down towards the floor and just keep the integrity of that hip. Good. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop in that right elbow. Left hand spikes up. Left leg extends and lift. Good. 10 from here. Really hike those hips up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push yourself back into those hands and then kick up for your rear donkey kicks. Keep pulling that belly button in, into the spine, neutralize that back. Good, halfway. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way in. Your last one this time, hands down, chest lifts and kick. So we're going to go for 8 on each side. Last 6, last 5, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Give yourselves a high five. Give yourself a high five if you're on your own. We get a minute rest here. And give me a thumbs up, give me a yes, okay, because we are going to go a little bit longer than 45 minutes, which we normally do anyway. I don't think we had that much of a rest in between though. We have done a lot of combination of exercises today, and our last one is our core conditioning. So we have done it before. We are just going to go through the same routine, but we're going to do for 5 minutes worth of work and then 1 minute rest in between. So for those of you who can, obviously amazing, stay with me and we were going to go through our last sequence. Let's go back into our edge of the mat, okay? So deep breath in, we're going to walk down to an inchworm, take it down to a plank position. We're going to hike our hips up, touch the opposite calf. Come in, cross knee to elbow, jump up, up you get, back in again, jump back or step back, cross elbow to knee, cross, touch calves, walk it back. Go again, all the way down, hike those hips up, touch the calves, come back down, touch opposite elbow, opposite knee. As you jump, remember you can step back, we're going to reverse it, elbow to knee, touch the calves, back up. I think this is 3. Touch, touch, cross, jump, reverse. Good. Walk it back. Oh my goodness, so that was 3. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself, I must say. What's everyone saying? Fun, 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 hot and fun. Yay. Okay, that was round 1. Guys, I'm gonna rely on you to count for me today. Oh my goodness. It's just way too hot here. It's the combination of the lights, the beautiful British summer that we're having, and okay, so our challenge now is for the next 4 rounds we up the level, yeah? So I got to 3. If you were able to get to more with obviously good technique, fantastic. If you're with me, then yes, we're going to get to 4 reps this time, okay? Are we ready? Hands down, take it all the way down. Inchworm, calf touch, cross knee to elbow, jump and reverse. Cross, remember you're tucking your tailbone in when you cross, protecting that back. That was 1. Calf touch, knee to elbow, jump or step up, jump or step back, knee to elbow, cross. I love this one because, oh, I could definitely feel it around my waist. I can feel it around my glutes, my hamstrings. I'm getting a little bit more conditioning in as I jump. Okay, I think we can get 1 more in. So this is 4, right? I think. Woo. Cross, cross, jump back, cross, cross, touch, touch, walk it. Wow. Okay, just about got there. We've got 3 rounds to go. Woo. Okay. I hope you're enjoying this one as much as I am. This is my favorite, so if you don't, then fine. That's your issue. And for those of you who have done this session before, you'll recognize it, but obviously we only did 2 minutes worth of work. And I feel like with 5 rounds, especially if you push yourself, you do get that heart rate spiked up. So it's trying to get it down in allowance for the next set. So it's trying to get that breath control, trying to slow down your heart rate quickly over that minute so you can really heighten the intensity in your next set. This is set number 3. In 2, 1, off we go. So my aim is to beat the 4, and I'm on a mission today to beat the 4 on that last set. So set 3 is going to try and beat the 4. This is number 2. Hike those hips up when you touch the calves. Push, push, push with the knees to the elbows. Walk it back. Oh, this is going to be risky timing. I think I can match the 4. I don't know if I can get the 5 in. Oh, those legs are feeling it. Remember, you're trying to eke out the inchworms. Try not to shift those hips too much as you walk forward and back. Beautiful. Okay, that was 4. That was round 3. We've got 2 more rounds next. Oh my goodness. Oh, breath in. Get the breath in. Luckily, we've got 50 seconds rest. Oh my goodness. Wipe down. See how you feel. Get that breath in. What I normally say to people is, whenever you get a peak in performance, you normally drop midway through the set and then you peak back up again. But we've set yourself a target of how many reps you'll do, but with full technique on it, okay? So I really want you to focus on your technique and not just get the reps in for the sake of getting the reps in, okay? So we've got 5 seconds on the clock. In 4, 3, 2, this is round 4. Touch those calves. Keep the integrity of that body as you move in and out of these positions. Quality over quantity is normal. Walking it back. Keep it flowing, keep it going. So remember, as we go into the inchworm, pull our tailbone in, hike those hips out to touch, cross elbow to knee, or knee to elbow even. Repeat it to the opposite side. Before you hike those hips up, push into the ground, walk it back. I'm able to manage 4 on this one again. So touch yourself, see if you can push yourself a little bit more. And that was 1. Oh, so I did 4. I did 4 on that one. Hopefully I can maintain the integrity and repeat the 4. So, oh my goodness, use the towel as a fan. Get the air in. Woo. Can you tell that I was a little bit quieter on that last set? So 4. 4 is my target. Let me know what reps you are doing. And this is our last round. I didn't think I'd ever be this happy to finish. My personal favorite. It's ironic, right? Okay, so in a couple more seconds, we are going to go for our last round. All out intensity. Bringing all of our best efforts in. Off we go. Keep pulling that belly button in. Focus on the actual exercise, what you want to target. Full expression of which side you're touching, how you're hiking your hips up, how much you're pulling your belly button in, tucking that tailbone in, sweeping those knees across, and big jump. Pushing the ground away. Oh, I've got time for 1 more. We've got 10 seconds on the clock, guys. Keep pushing. Keep going, last one. And walk it back. Oh my goodness. You are done.